prospecting has become harder, right? In 2025, it's become more difficult, primarily due to just the sheer volume, right? There's more businesses started, there's more AI being leveraged, there's more automations being utilized than ever before in any time in history. And therefore, there are more messages, there's more noise to comb through, right? There's more competition than any time in history. And so this is where our strategies for prospecting, what are we doing to elevate, to differentiate our prospecting beyond what our both indirect and direct competitors are doing? When I say indirect and direct, like say you're in real estate, right? Somebody submits a form on your advertisement or goes to an open house. They're going to get follow-ups from other realtors, right? You're not the only real estate agent that they're going to get messages or whatever from. So that's your direct competition as other real estate agents. The indirect competition is everything else competing for their business and their attention and their funds and their time, right? So we are up against both of those things in any industry, both the indirect and direct competition. And so what we need to do, guys, is elevate our messaging, elevate our prospecting strategies so that they stand out. They appear above and beyond and better than both our direct and indirect competition. I want to tell you guys a little story here that was kind of an eye-opening moment for me, and then I'm going to jump into the lesson. I met with a real estate broker sometime last week, right? And he was in charge of a large team, and he actually brought his car to a service, right? Mechanic service. The mechanic sent him a video while his car was on the lift. The mechanic did a video and was like, "Hey, Mr. Broker, I was checking out your car and noticed some things underneath the vehicle that you might want to be aware of for maintenance issues, right? Getting this taken care of now is probably going to save you some pain down the road." And the broker was blown away. He was like, "Here's this mechanic guy who, is working for an hourly wage or whatever, and he's going above and beyond. And this isn't even prospecting, right? This is just business communication. But he went above and beyond in his communication. And now that broker's like, I'm never going to take my car anywhere else. This is the only mechanic I trust." He was so transparent and open and honest. And I got to meet him and basically face to face. And so from that experience he had, again, in real estate, he didn't even know that video messaging like this existed. And he saw that in from his mechanic and was like, every single agent that I pay for software is going to have this tool now, because he realized the impact that it had upon him. And so, guys, that's what we're here today to talk about specifically is video prospecting strategies. You guys are all here or watching this, hopefully ahead of the curve in understanding the power that video can have for your business, for business development, for prospecting. And what I'm here today to help you guys do is to define some very specific strategies to accomplish both the effectiveness, right, to elevate, to stand your message out, but also efficiency, right? Because you can't do a custom 5-minute high value production for every single person. You'd never be able to accomplish the volume of outreach that you're looking to do. So that's what we're going to break down is the difference here, the balance of personalization and scalability, repeatability. So I'm going to start, guys, in the most basic of places, which is just our email. Now, this could be a text message. This could be a social media platform. This could be anywhere. But email is probably one of the more common channels that all of us use for our business communications. So prospecting, this is top of funnel, right? This is people that either have shown no interest in you, your cold outreach, or they've shown some minimum level of interest and they're at your top of funnel, or maybe you've done some targeting to help you isolate the people you're going to reach out to. The point being, though, is that in prospecting, they don't yet have a close relationship with you. They maybe don't even know who you are. And so the idea that I'm going to show you guys right now, many of you will have seen, but the concept is going to be the most important thing. The idea of having your message be better, above and beyond, and different, and instantly set itself apart from everybody else. It is this simple use case, guys, that I'm going to start with. Many of you will have seen and hopefully have practiced. This is the strategy I'm going to show you right here. I'm going to start with just the mobile app, and I'm going to give a few other options. The reason I'm going to start on the mobile app, guys, is because it has a little whiteboard feature here, that little clipboard looking thing. I'm going to click on the clipboard thing and it gives me this. And I'm going to start by saying, "Hey, Darius," and I'm going to include this in my thumbnail. The reason I'm doing this is because this is going to have my message look like this. It's going to elevate. It's going to differentiate. So when America here, that's who this video is for, opens their email, they're going to see that this is way different than anything else they've probably ever received. Most people have never, ever received a personalized video like this. Just the fact that this thumbnail exists has their name on it, has a short video and a play button. This is the number one way, guys, instantly to get a highest click-through response rate on any other form of email. This has been measured not just by us, but by HubSpot, Campaign Monitor, others. GIFs. A GIF is what this is. This is a highest click-through rate when compared to any other email content. Images, hyperlinks, buttons. GIFs have the highest click-through rate. Now, when this GIF has their name on it and they can see that you've obviously done something personalized for them, that's one way to instantly elevate your message above everything else that's in their inbox. Now, the reason I started with this sort of whiteboard piece is this is always available. You always know the name of the person you're reaching out to, but sometimes there's something maybe even more interesting or valuable that you could do besides just their name, such as their website or their LinkedIn profile. If they're very active in LinkedIn, like let's say you're in recruiting or something like this, where they're very active in your LinkedIn, you're very active in LinkedIn. I'm going to pull up Ruben's profile here. It's one of my favorite examples. So let's say Ruben is the person. So the same exact concept, guys, but instead of just the camera, I'm going to include the screen and the camera at the same time. And in this case, it's tab only. I'm using tab only to hide the browser tabs, my bookmarks, all that stuff. So with tab only selected, it's going to be just this tab. I'm going to put my bubble right next to Ruben, so it kind of looks like we're talking. And then I'm going to press start recording. The concept is exactly the same as what I just showed, where the thumbnail is going to be personalized. Hey, Ruben, so great to connect. I wanted to share something very quickly with you. I absolutely know you're going to find it interesting. It comes right after this. It's short, so don't worry. I'm going to be respectful of your time. But once you find the interest, which I know you will, there's going to be some buttons below this where you can book a time, check out some of our reviews, and get our top strategy guide for founders just like yourself. So completely free. Feel free to check that out, and looking forward to hearing your thoughts on this next message. So something like that, right? The idea, I'm going to come into the second half, guys, of why I said a specific script too, because right now we're talking about differentiating your message, elevating your message, having it appear better, above and beyond. The second part of what I'm going to show you guys is about the repeatability, the scalability of this video prospecting strategy. So coming back to just in my inbox, regardless of whether it's their name or their LinkedIn profile or something, their website, right? The point, the concept of this strategy is the same. It's they will immediately recognize themselves, something of themselves, in the GIF animated thumbnail that's in the body of their message. This isn't rocket science either, guys. It's like when we learned to put the first name in the body of an email and the responses went up, the replies were up because it looked personalized. Very old concept, very strong and realistic concept, though. When you think of something is for you, you respond to it better. And that's exactly what the idea of the personalized thumbnail is it instantly elevates your message. Nobody else has videos and GIFs in their messages. 99% of any of your direct or indirect competition does. Nobody has personalized videos. Even if there's a video, it's not like this. Guys, even AI is not yet set up to do this well. It is not great at creating anything like this. So the stuff that I'm showing you guys right now, this is not, AI cannot do this well or believable yet. It looks fake. It looks weird. It looks awkward. Every single example of doing something like this. Can it do a great talking head video of like delivering a presentation? Yes. Can it do something like this where it's believable and 100% of people can tell that it's, can't tell that it's AI? Not yet. So that's where this idea is coming in, is it's also instantly letting somebody know this is not AI. This is not generated by a system that's sent out to 1,000 people. Guys, does it take a little bit more work? Yeah. Is it worth the effort? Absolutely. Because when we're playing a numbers game, right? If you're in a low ticket situation, I would say this might not actually be worth it. If your average deal size is, sub $100 or something like that, and you have thousands, tens and tens of thousands of leads to reach out to, this probably isn't the best option. It's probably not the most scalable thing. But if you're in a service-based business like real estate or mortgage or finance or anything like that, then your average deal size is certainly going to warrant this type of personalization, right? All of us can sacrifice or, commit to 30 seconds of investment for our most valuable opportunities, especially if you guys have done your homework and you're reaching out to your ICPs, your ideal customers. you know that they're a fit, you know that they're gonna resonate with your message, and they have budget and they have need. So that's what makes this also worthwhile, is when you know who you're reaching out to, you know the chances of this message succeeding are much higher versus just spraying and praying, right? Spraying random messages and praying that they land to the right people. That's the opposite of our foundational training that we cover here, which is ICP and strategic outreach. So conceptually, guys, adding personalization, their first name, their website, their LinkedIn to the thumbnail, that's the first concept I really want to drill home. Now, I also want to cover a couple of things that happen after, and then I'm going to come wrap it up with the ultimate way to scale this effort, the most repeatable, fastest version of this. So back to the script, guys. In the script, what did I say here? I said, hey, Ruben, great to connect. I wanted to share something with you, and I promise you're going to find it interesting, right? That's what I said. The concept with this second piece, guys, that I'm going to cover now, we're getting into the world of efficiency, of repeatability, scalability. So here in that first message, you guys see there's the message for Ruben. But what did I say? I said, hey, Ruben, there's something after this I'd like you to see. And so at the end of this video, it's going to roll automatically into my 2-minute explainer video. Oh, you have done. So this is the actual message that I'm going to want to share for the people I'm prospecting, because the prospect needs to know what we do, who we are, why we are a good fit for their biggest problems, right? If you can't answer that in less than 2 minutes, then we're not reaching out to the right people, right? But the fact is that reaching out to the prospect and just saying hello doesn't do us any benefit, right? The prospect needs to understand our value proposition. However, when we're trying to be efficient and we're trying to scale this video outreach, let's say you do this 20 times a day, you're not going to want to repeat your value proposition for another 2 minutes, 20 or 30 or 50 times a day. So that's where the idea of this technology I'm going to show you, which is this playlist. When I said, hey, Ruben, check this out, Dubb's going to add the thing I want him to check out automatically as part of my playlist here, as part of my template. This, guys, is now going into the world of efficiency, of scalability, right? Because instead of having to repeat myself for 4 minutes, for 5 minutes or whatever, every video, I don't have to do that. And instead, I'm going to accomplish here what I call the best of both worlds. The first part we explained, they get to hear their name, see something personalized of theirs, know that you took the time to do something special for them, right? This is the best part of this thumbnail, that first piece. And the other part is not having to repeat yourself to get your very best, most polished value proposition for this ICP automatically shared as part of this message. So that's why I call this the best of both worlds. It's your rehearsed, polished, cleanest version of your value proposition, your elevator pitch, right, in a short window, because that's what we have. We have very short time for people's attention spans are very divided. And the personalization, the personalized part in front of it. So it's the 1-2 punch, right? Hey, Ruben, I'm showing you that you're special. I took the time to do this for you. And I'm giving you the respect that you deserve, right? And then not having to repeat myself for the majority of the message, because that part is repeatable. You guys will also see that this is followed by testimonial videos, social proof, additional opportunities to educate and indoctrinate and to nurture those contacts, right? For them to learn more, to become more trusting of you and your business and your product and services and your clients, things like that. So this second piece, guys, of video prospecting, this is about being much more efficient with your time. I'm not saying don't record a custom video here and say more than just, hey, Ruben, check this out. But what I'm saying is when you're trying to be efficient, you can break down those components like this so that you can be extremely efficient. I will also, guys, advise in this first clip, if you have something useful to hear, maybe you met Ruben, maybe you went to the same school as Ruben, maybe you went to the conference with this prospect, you met them somewhere, you have some reason, some other thing here to talk about, certainly include that. Don't just say, hey, Ruben, check this out, right? If you have additional personalization, homework, research that you've done on your prospect, whether it's the whiteboard piece or the LinkedIn page or their website, don't skip that. That's certainly not what I'm saying. That is valuable. That creates a deeper connection, shows more respect, more homework that you've done, right? Deeper insight, deeper expertise. But when you don't, you have a repeatable, scalable effort where you can say, hey, Ruben, I was checking out your LinkedIn here. Congratulations on your recent success, right? Everything there is generic, but at least seems like you've done something. Now, again, don't skip personalization. If you have extra sauce, extra connection to make, do so. But still, you can avoid repeating the repeatable part of your message. Okay, this is for the message itself. All of you guys watching this video, whether you're here live or watching the recording, if you're doing lead nurturing, prospecting, business development, sales outreach with Dubb, with video, these are the elements that you should be aware of. The personalization in the thumbnail, don't ever skip that if you can. If you can afford your 30 seconds per contact, don't ever skip that. The second piece, avoid repeating yourself. Make this much more repeatable for you to do. Have a very clear product overview, value proposition, introduction to your business, your product or service. It should have things like, why is this a perfect fit for them? How are you showing that you understand their problems, their business, and that your business or service or product is a perfect solution to some of their biggest problems? That's what this should be, right? This video here, this value proposition needs to hit the nail on the head, right? If I'm reaching out to people that own dogs and my video here is a video for cat food, doesn't work, right? But if you've done your homework, you're reaching out to your ICP, you guys can have different templates. Here, I'm just going to switch this really quick. This is showing the technology. Let's say you guys have maybe a different product or a different multiple ICPs. I'm just going to change one preset here, and you're going to see it changes everything on this video. So now the playlist has a video for admissions. The case study button here is for admissions. The testimonial is for admissions. So if Ruben was in admissions, this whole page would be perfect for him. And I had the same basic outreach. Hey, Ruben, check this out. I know you're going to find it interesting. So this, again, guys, is how to leverage the technology to get the most out of your effort, the least amount of recording with the most effective sort of components added to it. Okay, that's the message itself. Avoid repeating yourself. Add personalization whenever possible. Let's talk about the rest of this page, guys. For prospecting, you absolutely always want your direct response. This is the most important action you want them to take. These are your lowest hanging fruit that are going to be the conversions for your business, your lifeblood, right? If you are trying to go for calendar bookings, absolutely have a calendar available there. Is everyone going to book it? No. Are the people that have really resonated with this message and said, this is dead on, I need to learn more, this is an irresistible offer that I have to learn more about, they might book the time. The fact is, though, you're going to shave steps off of your sales cycle process, multiple communications, all that being way more efficient and actually driving for the result that you're truly after, which is a booking. So certainly have your most important direct response there directly integrated with the message, meaning in the message, you're saying book a time, right? If that's what you want, you say that in the video. I'd like for you to schedule a time for us to chat. If it's something else, like visiting a website, downloading something else, I will also recommend a resource here, guys. Like I have this isn't a perfect example because it doesn't have the resource, but let's say if you're doing prospecting on like LinkedIn or outreach, there's different schools of thought here. Some people say go straight for the kill, like go for the meeting. And if they don't want the meeting, then forget them. I have sort of a mixed belief on this because we've tried both. I've seen success with both. I recommend, guys, having an altruistic value here where you're going to say, hey, I'd like for you to schedule a meeting, but I also have a guide here to help you learn more about this, regardless of if you want to, take the meeting with me or not. That is a way where it's showing value. It's providing insight. It's providing resource to your prospect directly without requiring their commitment, right? A lot of social media sellers or LinkedIn sellers will tell you this long play, right? Just provide value. Don't ever go for the sale until someone asks for it. So that's the opposite school of thought of what we're talking about, which is have the calendar, tell them to book the meeting. But I recommend, guys, of course, every business is different. Every ICP is different and every conversation is unique. But what ultimately will tell the truth is the data and is the measurements. So you have one, which is your direct response. I'm also going to recommend, guys, some guide, some value, something, like I said, altruistic. Hey, if you're not ready to take the meeting, I put together a free resource, this 3-step guide, a PDF, a video training, whatever it is, where you're showing them, hey, I put something together for, I was thinking about you. I know you have this problem and I wanted to share something with you free of charge, right? To help you with that. So what is that for you, right? The idea of that, it could be a training, it could be a video, it could be a PDF, it could be a link to anything. With that, though, you are showing altruism, showing that, look, I'm willing to help you regardless of whether or not you need to purchase my service. And B, if you've done a good job with that resource, they're going to become self-educated, self-indoctrinated, and begin to learn and trust you, right? Learn from you and trust you because they've accessed your resources that you provided and are learning from them. So in terms of buttons, guys, for prospecting specifically, things have changed over the years, right? You used to have the aggressive pressure, high pressure sales, and that used to work well. And it's not working as well anymore. People are hanging up, they're tuning out their, reporting and saying these salespeople are aggressive, right? Like leaving bad reviews and stuff. Things have changed in terms of the dynamics of sales. You can't, like, the high pressure aggressive sales thing is turning many, many people off from that. And that's what they're expecting from their experience with sales. So I'm going to advise a split test here, guys. Have the altruism, have the value up front, have the non-committed, here, I'm willing to help you, even if you're not willing to pay me yet. I'm going to build trust. I'm going to go out on the limb. We're the service provider, the business, the product that are providing this, and we need their business. So we go out first, right? You make the first move, essentially. Here's the guide. Here's the thing, the free resource for you. No worries, no charge. And then that's how we can begin to foster relationships and trust. So button structure, guys, direct response. You absolutely call me, text me, email me, book a time, whatever that direct response is. That's the first most important thing. The second thing I'm going to recommend there, even before the resource that I was just talking about, is social proof, testimonial videos, success stories, right? Case studies. A lot of people are very data driven. They want either data or they want emotion. They want a story that just inspires them, or they want data that inspires them. They want the numbers. They want one of those things. People that are interested in reviews, testimonials, and social proof and all that, that's what they want. They're either data or inspiring. They want one of those things or both. So I'm going to always recommend on any prospecting outreach, social proof of some kind, whether it's a testimonial video from your client, which you can capture with Dubb, by the way. You can capture if you don't have them yet. It's a page view like this one here to a landing page with reviews or case studies or testimonials. Or you could even, let's say if you only have written reviews, like let's say this is all you had were some written reviews. You could do a video of you breaking down these reviews. Hey guys, I want to tell you here about Amir. And Amir is one of our best case studies with a 200% increase in sales. I can break this story down. And now it's also a video testimonial. So social proof, guys, absolutely critical for any part of prospecting that you're doing. Now, in terms of the old sales cycle, the funnel, right? Testimonials and social proof are actually kind of more in the middle bottom of the funnel historically, right? But it can also help you accelerate past the top of funnel sales cycle. You can move somebody down from, I have no idea what this is, to, wow, I should really take a look at this, because their testimonial, your social proof connected directly to them, right? Either numbers or inspiration or something. So direct response, social proof, testimonials, case studies, reviews. And then the last one, like I said, the resource, the guide, the scripts, the whatever it is that you can provide of value, right? A list of questions, like whatever it is that shows that you are thinking of them, that you're committing something to them, you're providing something to them. And when I say altruistically, it's not true altruism, right? Because ultimately we're after the sale, but it's given in a way that, hey, no commitment. Here, I'm going to give you something for free. It's like a lead magnet, except for in this case, we already have the lead. We're already prospecting them. They're already a lead. So we're not trying to generate leads. We're trying to nurture them, trying to educate them. We're trying to build trust with them. So if you had only 3 buttons, by the way, I don't recommend having too many more than that, right? You don't want 10 buttons here. You would have those 3, your direct response, your social proof, and then your free resource. The other thing both of those buttons besides the direct response do is it provides tracking, guys. So when you send these prospecting messages out, you're going to know who clicked on the thing that said, get the guide, look at the reviews. Those are much lower hanging fruit. Those are much more closable, interested opportunities than someone that clicked nothing. So besides the benefit of having those buttons to educate, to nurture, to give testimonial, it also provides you opportunity for your prospecting efforts, low hanging fruit and ammunition for you to go reach out to those low-hanging fruit. You know exactly who's doing what, when, and where. So this is the first three pieces that I wanted to cover for you guys. This concept of personalization in the thumbnail. Then the concept of setting up your page to avoid repeating yourself and providing additional value. The third is the button structure, the options that you want below the video, around the video, on the video, for them to take action directly from this and to give you ammunition, intelligence, and tracking as to who's doing what, when, and where. Because you've all heard the fortunes in the follow-up, right? You don't just send one message and land in the winning space 1 to 3% of the time. Maybe that's possible with any total addressable market, right? That's what they say the averages are. It's like 1 to 3%. So if you have 1,000 people in your list, there's only 1 to 3% of them that are ready to go right now. But that's why you have the resources. That's why you have the testimonials, the other stuff to inspire them, to educate them, to motivate them, besides the people that are ready to book right now. So those are the first three parts, guys. I promised at the end here, I would show you another piece of this to take it to the sort of ultimate level of outreach. So I've described also, guys, the AI is not there yet in terms of full believability, right? It's not 100% believable. It looks bad. You will instantly tell that it's fake. The best versions of HeyGen will not look believable. If I'm saying, hey, Ruben, I want to do this quick video for you, it's not going to look real. You're going to tell the mouth, the hand, something movement is off. Something is off. And that's the uncanny valley that we talked about. And as soon as you hit that uncanny valley, the trust is lost. The trust is broken, especially when you're trying to fool somebody in that it's real. You're like, hey, I made this personalized video for you, but it's actually all AI generated. What effect do you think that's going to, they're not going to be like, oh, wow, I was tricked. That was so cool. No, they're not going to feel that way, right? They're going to be like, you tried to trick me. You tried to lie to me. So if that was your first impression to me is trying to fool me with AI, what is the rest of this business communication going to be? So I don't recommend at this time trying to pull the AI as though it's 100% authentic. Saying, hey, this is an avatar, absolutely acceptable. Saying, hey, this is a real person and I'm doing a personalized video for you. No, we're lying to them. First, it's untruth, right? It's not truthful. And it's easy to tell that it's not truthful. So don't put yourself in that position right now, guys. Maybe 6 months, 3 months, even, who knows? It's right around the corner where it will be indistinguishable, but it's not currently there. So, but I will show you guys a strategy that is indistinguishable from reality. And it's using everything that we just pieced together, guys. It's using your ICP. It's using your value proposition. It's using the playlist technology. And it's also using one of the proprietary features we've developed, which is the narrator. So here I'm going to use the Dubb desktop app and the narrator feature. The narrator is designed to take a pre-recorded video, something you've already recorded, and use it as a narrator on your screen. This was originally, guys, designed for videos like a HeyGen video, like an AI video, because a talking face of a video is obviously fake and it doesn't provide a ton of value. But when you put that little HeyGen or AI video on a screen, all of a sudden they're not the star of the show anymore. There's stuff happening on the screen. And so maybe not all the attention is drawn here. The other thing that you can do with it, besides the AI, is you can put a real video here. That's what this is. This is not an AI video, guys. This is a real video that I recorded, and the script is almost identical to the one that I showed here.
More conversions.
What did I say here? I said, hey, Ruben, so great to connect. The only difference between the script that I'm about to show you guys and the one that was on that is it doesn't say, hey, Ruben. It's generic. So I'm going to stop my share and just make sure I share my sound so you guys can hear that piece one more time. So here it is. I've selected my narrator video. Oop, that's not my narrator.
There you go.
Baby. So record screen. So open the narrator, and we're going to go narrator. So here's my pre-recorded video that I purposely recorded for this purpose, right? Purposely recorded anyway. And he's going to say something. Hey there, it's Darius. I just wanted to put a quick face to the name, make this video for you. And the reason why I actually wanted to share this. So there you go. The concept, the strategy, everything that we've done in this lesson today up until this point is exactly the same. The only thing different is you don't have the, hey, Ruben, I saw you guys have recently done something. It's not the full actual personalization. However, it looks the same, right? When I record this video, the thumbnail looks identical to the personalized one that I showed you, right? Their LinkedIn page, their website. It doesn't work well with the whiteboard, right? If you guys are in a B2C situation where you're reaching out to consumers, it doesn't work for that. The strategy that I just showed, it works very well for B2B or for people that have websites or LinkedIn profiles. It works very well because you can personalize it just like this, but without, having the actual say their name. It doesn't work well for these ones because, again, AI is not great at this true personalization. It still looks obviously fake. But what the avatar, the narrator feature is designed for is to accomplish this and make it look exactly like it was fully personalized. People will not be able to tell that it's AI or because it is not. It's a real video on top of a real screen. And the reason I show this, guys, is the most repeatable, scalable effort is because technically anyone can do this at any time, 24/7 from any location, right? You have one video, you as the business leader, salesperson, whatever, and then anyone, an assistant, a VA, an employee, a junior employee, you yourself, when you're feeling under the weather or, bad hair day or whatever, you can just come in and click, click, click. So you click on the LinkedIn, the website, you click on the narrator, you click record, and the same output is accomplished. And you can do that, or a VA, a virtual assistant, or anyone can do that hundreds of times in a day in a row. So guys, that's where I'm going to end this video prospecting strategy. There's certainly so much more to cover. We can continue talking about it for a long time, but I think the most important elements here are what we covered today, which is the keys: personalization in the thumbnail. That's what instantly elevates and differentiates your message from every other message in their inbox right now. Then we talked about the efficiency and scalability with the page itself. Avoid repeating yourself, leverage the playlist, have the best assets there, whether they're your low-hanging fruit for bookings or somewhere in the middle and they need testimonials and they need guidance and they need resources. They need some freebies, right, to build trust with them. Then the last piece we talked, culminating everything together, is that narrator strategy where you can take one strong message, one connection message, one prospecting message, and have that rinse and repeatable, followed by your value proposition, followed by the buttons on the page. Everything else there is accomplished in the same regard. Now, will that, hey, Ruben, great, or, hey there, great to connect, versus the, hey, Ruben, I wanted to reach out because you're perfect and whatever, like you're perfect quality candidate for this opportunity, whatever that is. It won't, the conversion rate will not be as high, right? If you've done your actual homework and you're saying, hey, Ruben, I saw this, I saw that, and I noticed some things, that's going to have a better opportunity to create a connection, to get a response. But the other one, the AI, or, the narrator, that's fully repeatable. And you can have, like I said, a VA do 500 of those in a day or two, right? Could you yourself sit there and do 500 of them? Maybe, probably. But do you have other things that you maybe should or could be doing? Maybe, probably. So I leave you guys with that one, the narrator effort, because I've already seen people churning out hundreds of those videos to great effect. And so they've leveraged themselves as their expert, video personality, but without having to be on, 100 times a day. So that's it, guys. If you would like to discuss video prospecting, sales development strategies, you guys are in the right vehicle. You can come submit an open mic, have a discussion here. And if you're watching this recording, come join the Dubb Founder Coaching Program. Come join Dubb and come see us in this room and we'll get you taken care of. Thanks.